So when I'm saying shit like Charlie Kirk and George Floyd had the same birthday, I'm really speaking facts. But I'm gonna just sit here and say like, at the end of the day, we focus on turning purpose into power, power into profit, profit into placement, so we never have to ask for a seat at the table. So of course we have these conversations with some of the best minds in America. And of course, as you said, to your point, D is a vet, so I'm interested to hear, how you feel about what's going on with the Charlie Kirk situation as well, especially with this administration. Right, we just jumping right into it with Jimmy Fallon getting canceled. But first, I want to ask if, well, I sent you over the Dame Dash interview, right? And we've we've had our thoughts about it, but I want you to tell the people like how you feel about this interview. What's going on with it, man? What's going on with the OG, bro? What is going on right now?
The interview was entirely unhinged, right? Entirely unhinged. I don't understand how you set a boundary and break it. Set a boundary, break it. Set a boundary, break it. How you do that, right? Um, and every single time the boundary was broken for him, it seemed to
Yeah,
be like oh my God, no, you're breaking my boundary. But then you go and do it to somebody else and you don't see that? How do you not
yeah.
see that? How do you, and that's my first thing.
That's the first thing. That's only the
That's the
first
first
thing.
because how
Yeah.
do you do that?
I mean, the thing is with Dame Dash is, he's an OG to a lot of the young, well, shit, the old heads now. So even when you hear people like a Mace or a Cameron talk about him, you can tell that they want to respect him so bad, but they know this nigga go talk to you any kind of way. Like he has this idea in his head of how he wants it to go. He don't want to listen to nobody else. And I think that a lot of the things that people have been seeing, a lot of the reasons why, I mean, Jay-Z separated from him and a lot of the people that he was mentoring or coaching separated from him, we're seeing that now. You don't know how to talk to people. And then when you do talk to people, it's like you insulting them. Like you don't call Charlemagne gay, and I understand Charlemagne called him broke. So I, I don't even know where the gay. I mean, this is supposed to be not a podcast, a show about how you have impacted the community and why we should support you. I don't know how it got to my house is bigger than yours and you're gay. Like I really don't know how we got there. But you said something that really did get me thinking because you said, he's comparing Charlemagne to females or girls. And Jess didn't really say much. Lauren tried to say something, but she couldn't really get too much out. So it's like you compare Charlemagne to females when the females are the ones that's really just sitting back chilling. They not really saying too much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now to go into that, um, I just don't get it. The emasculating each other just to feel like whatever, just to feel bigger, just to feel like you're the OG, you're the head honcho, you're the boss, right? Because that's what he kept saying. It's like, okay, but you don't have to call him gay. You don't have to antagonize his manhood just to prove your point. And that's where immediately the line was drawn. Immediately for me, the respect was a little lost because while yes, we do respect Dame Dash, we know who he is, we know what he's
Yeah.
capable of and what he has been through, right? But that does not give you the right, nor and for you to have the audacity to disrespect another man's manhood because of the fact that what you were saying, he ain't saying much enough. I don't understand what he was talking about. I don't think he answered a question accurately.
No, and we gotta definitely, if y'all watching, please definitely put some comments in the chat and let us know what y'all think as well. But I was on Instagram, right? And one of my good friends, had put up a post about how he felt like, amidst of all of the jokes and at the end of the day, the internet, the interview did what it needed to do. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it got what over 1 million views in less than 24 hours. It did what it needed to do. It is the interview of the month or of the season or whatever. It did that. But he was basically saying like, all right, bro, like y'all laughing at bro. Y'all doing all this and haha and he, but he was really saying some real shit. My thing is right message, wrong messenger. I'ma just
Ooh.
that's just it's just what it is because Dame Dash talk like a nigga that owe me money right now. Like I know niggas just like you that owe me money.
Suit and
Right
all.
now.
Down to the suit. Down to the suit and the dentures. Down to the suit and the dentures.
No, for real, because when you get into oh well, you're not supposed to have nothing in your name and you're not supposed to, you're supposed to have a family office, and then he was saying something like, well, I can't get a job because I owe X amount of money, and the only reason to get the only way to get the money back is to invest. And it's like, okay, that's entrepreneur 101, to not keep shit in your name. It's entrepreneur. Maybe a lot of entrepreneurs don't know that. So maybe he did tell some people about that. The family office is something that I kind of knew about. I just didn't really understand how it worked. And then he was saying like black people don't know about bankruptcy. So those are the three things that I would say I learned from the interview because I did listen intently to it. But it's like Dame Dash is a person who knows how to make money. I'm gonna never take that away from him. This nigga, what then he found Jay-Z. I don't know if he had anything to do with Aaliyah, but he created one of the best hood classics. What was it? Paper Soldiers or whatever he had. Like that movie was so big in our community at one point in time. So I'm not taking that away from him. Dame Dash don't know how to keep his money. No. Okay, so don't sit here and talk to me about investing when you like to fly, you like to rent out yachts. You talking to Cameron like, bro, like he's soft or something because Cameron is not lavish enough. Like, it's like you're not putting your money into the right spaces. So I don't necessarily think that's what the people need to hear anyway. But I do think that he know how to make $1. He just don't know how to keep it. And when you start talking about getting sued for you not paying your employees and the courts coming to take your assets, that's where I'm like, all right, bro, like, we really gotta look and see how this nigga's managing his money.
Right. But also not to pocket watch either, because it's like,
please pocket watch.
What'd you say?
I said, please pocket watch.
Hey, to be honest with you, that's probably the problem. Somebody didn't pocket watch hard enough for him, right? But to be honest with you, like you said, right message, wrong messenger. And I think that the points that he was trying to get across, right? I get it. The crab in a bucket, and because that's definitely a plague in our community. The idea that you have to live so lavishly and the materialistic things, him comparing when Charlemagne said, my teeth are realer than yours. And he was like, man, my teeth cost. He never said anything about how much it cost. He said his teeth are realer, and he said you're broke. That's it. It was never about who has more. He just said you're broke. And then, like you said, he's talking about the people that's suing him. People want your head.
Yeah.
And you're trying to give out financial advice. Nobody's going to listen to that. Nobody's going to listen to that. You can't even let your OG have a conversation with the people about the things without cutting your OG off. So what type of example is this? What is this? Like, I heard him when he said something about the bankruptcy, but I'm still like, is that something we actually need to know about? Because you only go into bankruptcy when you owe so much, right?
Yeah.
Is there a necessity to know about bankruptcy, or is there a necessity to know how not to get in debt so tremendously and so deeply? Is that the real thing we need to be looking at, not just bankruptcy and what you can do to wipe away the debt? There's a lot of things you can do to wipe away the debt without bankruptcy, right? Like, there's so many other options. But to say, oh, we need to look at that and black people need to learn more about it, why? The country is already in debt. What more debt do we need?
Yeah. I mean, I think that piece was interesting too, because I think that people do need to know about it, because the people is gonna say, well, Donald Trump filed for bankruptcy and he's still rich and da-da-da-da. They filed for 2 different types of bankruptcy. I just want to put that out there. And I'm gonna have to look it up and see chapter 11 versus chapter 7, but I believe Dame filed chapter 7, Trump files chapter 11. One is for businesses, one is for personal. Dame filed it, the one that was for personal. So it's like, you saying that we need to know about this stuff, and I think that it's good to know, like, if you get into X amount of debt,
right,
You can wipe it away with, filing for that. But how about we get to a spot where we don't have to? Because I believe it was because he owed, what, like 25 million or something like that. I'm not sure how much was for the taxes, but I think maybe 20 million was for taxes, and then a creator of some movie sued him for 4 or 5 million, so that's 25 million altogether. But literally the reason why he getting sued for this extra 5 million is because he was on an interview with Earn Your Leisure, and he basically implicated himself with the information that he said about this movie, and the lawyers heard him. You a
Patty. How?
Patty, bro. You Earn Your Leisure, and they're my guys. Like, I love Earn Your Leisure, but bro, you went on there and implicated yourself. You out here trying to shop this movie around like it's yours, and dude ended up suing you for it because it wasn't your idea. So it's like, bro, now we in the spot where you telling us to file bankruptcy, and I get it. If you in a whole lot of debt and you can't pay it off, do it. Like, I know plenty of people that file for bankruptcy. But we really have to get into, I think the conversation that we don't want to have is actually doing business correctly. Like, have your ideas. If it's an idea that you want or somebody brought you in on, and you sign the contract to say that you were going to do this for that person, and then you leave the project and you don't fulfill any of those obligations, you've broken the contract. Like, now you're subject to be sued for not fulfilling the project, but apparently he took the project and wanted to shop it around to other people like it was their own. You can't do that. You can't do that in business. You can't. And all these hood politicians talking about something, well, if he the one that bought this house, that's not what the contract said. That's not clearly. So,
and that's crazy. Like you said, right message, wrong messenger, because you're not the guy that need to be spilling this knowledge and dropping these gems. I get it. It is he's done a lot. He's done a lot, right? I get it. But at the same time, I think that him taking you want to put it on paper and give it to somebody who can deliver the message that will actually not only do the research, but they also have the knowledge behind it too. Because while he has the knowledge and he has the experience, he spoke a lot on research, right? And to research certain things I love research. So to research certain things, you gotta also know how to deliver this business knowledge to people who not on business level, right? Not there yet, not. And you look at Damon's dad's, you look at Dame's track record. I'm not looking at him. I'm not looking for him to, maybe I can follow his hand to forehead. Maybe I can look into him and see what we can do. No.
Yeah. Like you saying, but no. He won't be the one that you would listen to if you were trying to build your own empire.
He's definitely not.
See, and this is where I'm at. I would probably listen to him if I was trying to build, but to scale, I don't know if he's the right one to scale it. Right. I think that he can build something from scratch. I just think that once we start getting money, he will be like, all right, bro, let's go get this private jet. This nigga flew private for 5 years. You flew private for so I don't know, bro. It's a way he's getting the money, but he don't know how to keep it, and then you don't know how to talk to somebody. So case closed. Then you embarrassed yourself. So it's like, bro, you could have kept that. You could have.
It seems like you're going through something. Like, if you're going through something, I get that. Back up off the camera or something. Give yourself a minute to recollect. But please do not be on here embarrassing yourself. The fact that Jess Hilarious did not even take the time. She didn't take a chance on saying a word. She was, because y'all not gonna tell me I'm cutting them off. He ain't gonna come at me like that. I'm sure Jess is from DMV. Jess already. Nah, I ain't doing that. I know that for a fact. Like, and I was thinking about that too. I was like, damn, she ain't gonna say nothing. Like, no. You from VA just like I'm from VA. You know she ain't about to say nothing. I mean, I would have had so many questions. Like, I just would have. Like, I feel like when people like that go on certain shows, I feel like the interviewers
don't, well, in this situation, I feel like they couldn't. But like, I feel like there needs to be follow up questions to say, okay, cool. So you $25 million in debt. How did that happen? Like, cause you the one that brought it up. And then it would have came out like what is the lawsuit saying? But he addressed a lot of things too. Like he was like, well, what he said, he was like, well, something about his child support, because it was a child support issue in there too. And he was like, oh no, I handled that. And then it was some other issues in there too. Oh, I own the rights to all of my stuff. The 50 Cent thing, yeah. He was like, I own the rights to all of my stuff or whatever. But then you go say, I'm the chairman of Revolt, which was a clear lie. So what else were you lying about? So it's like you addressed all of these issues and we had follow-up questions.
Right.
But we don't know if you're telling the truth or not.
At all. Because you didn't answer the questions that the other woman was trying to ask. At all. Every time she tried to, it was like a nope, but he cut me off. But she's trying to ask you questions. What are you doing? She's trying to ask you questions. She probably would have got us to the why was there a child support case? Why did you go into $20 to $30 million in debt?
That's what I want to know. Why?
How did you do these things? Where did your money go in this time frame that you had all this leverage and power and all these things, yet none of that got to be answered because, well, he was so busy protecting his boundaries.
Yeah.
He was busy. He was occupied with protecting those boundaries. He had to. He had to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Okay, so it's a few other things that have happened too in the past 72 hours. I just want to know this whole Charlie Kirk situation. You being a veteran, right? From the Army, you've been a vet through different administrations. A lot of the reason why I wanted to start this hot topic segment is because I feel like our creatives are being silenced. And before we get to the topic of Charlie Kirk, I do also want to say EYL said something really important. They said, amidst everything that's happened, Republicans do put money behind their influencers. Mm-hmm. They put money behind their social media influencers. They fund them. Democrats, I feel like y'all be scared. Like now, I voted for Kamala, but I'm just saying, I feel like it's two wings of the same bird. We going into we going to the same destination. One party want to raise taxes, the other one want to cut spending. It's kind of like what you want. However, when a dictator is about to run the presidency or the United States of America, then I'm gonna go for the one that's the most logical. Whether she black, whether she a woman, it don't matter. We saw the writing on the walls before it came. Now that I'm off my soapbox.
Right.
I just want to say, I don't think that violence should occur to anyone. Like, I think that if he up there doing his job, he's speaking the same shit he been speaking for forever. Why was this the one time that he got his head knocked off? I'm not sure. I do think that it's interesting that what was he saying? I shouldn't be laughing, but I should be. This is not funny. The situation is just interesting.
Disclaimer, we're not laughing at the situation. We're
not laughing at the situation. Let me dump real quick.
Right. It's just the words we using, right? The communication right.
I'm just saying, like, but what was he saying when he was, because it was something about he was protecting gun laws and whatever the last word that he said. And I just think that, what'd you say?
His last words were gang violence.
Okay. Thank you. I just think that it's interesting that them was your last words and you got shot in the head for that. Right. So, in the neck. In the neck. Mm-hmm. So do you think that in heaven, wherever he is, he still feels that, I know you said it was gang violence, but I feel like he was talking about like having the right to possess guns as well. Like he was really an advocate for possessing guns. But do you feel like he still feels that way now? That everybody should be able to have a gun?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
He still feels that way. Even wherever he may be.
Wherever he may be.
Wherever he may be, right? And I say rest his soul because you want to put spirits like that to rest, right? So
Yeah.
I definitely think that he still feels that way because the collective who think like him still feel that way. That's
Yeah.
not going to change just because it was him. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that it was him or what he was talking about. The people who agreed with him still feel like they need to do the same thing to make sure they got their piece, right? And the crazy part is gun violence is only a thing because people are afraid of guns, right? But in reality, it's the people afraid of guns getting guns and the people who have guns getting guns, right? And it's just more and more and more of that. People are now getting it to protect themselves from other people who have it to protect themselves. And it's just, it ends up being a huge emotional debacle when it's you saying something I don't like back, I'm going to pull it out. The
Yeah.
clip. It's an emotional thing to even have it, to even carry it, because at the end of the day, it's like you have it to protect yourself. Protect yourself from who? What are you doing out here that you need a blicky to protect yourself? What are you doing? And then him being who he was, of course he had some. You can't doubt that he did. He truly believed in it, so you can't doubt that he did. But he had it to do what? Protect himself. Unfortunately, it just didn't protect him that day.
But as somebody too, like in the military, you've used guns before, right? Like, and I'm sure you're a gun owner.
No, I don't believe in it.
Really?
I don't feel the need. I'm not out here doing anything to feel the need to protect myself. I'm not. I'm chilling, minding my business. When I greet people, I'm treating people as I want to be treated. I'm not being rude, nasty, none of that. So I don't feel the need to have to protect myself with a gun, because if we can't get a simple, I disagree, all right, cool, I disagree, so and we split ways, I don't need to be having a conversation with you from jump. And that's noticeable. That's readable from the moment you have an interaction with somebody, right? So me personally, no, I've already dealt with plenty. I'm expert shooter. My wife, expert shooter. I just don't feel the need to have it because I'm not doing anything.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I don't have one either. Maybe I shouldn't say that loud, but I wanted one. Like when I was dating my ex, we had said we were gonna get one.
Yeah.
But we never did. And I'm just like, I don't know, because I'm cool with people who like used to be in the streets, and they tote and carry, and I ain't gonna hold you when I say I do feel a little safer when they're around, especially if we out in public, somewhere late at night. But for me, it's just not really. It's not really something that I feel like I need.
No, it's not. Right, and it's also a thing that once you get one, you attract that energy to you. So yeah. I feel what you're saying. Like you feel safer with them around, but I'm all for it be side eyeing, because why are you walking around with that? What are you doing out here in these streets that you feel the need to protect yourself and to this extent? Your hands don't work. Yeah. If we could dial it back, and instead of having blickies, we could dial it back, there wouldn't be a such thing as CK's last words, right? Gang violence, right? Yeah. But at the same time, he spoke so highly of it because that's their culture. Indians didn't have guns. Yeah. I don't think tribes in Africa was just walking around toting guns. That's their culture. And because of that, they're walking around toting it, and this is the third. We feel the need to have it to protect ourselves, but that's their culture, and they not gonna stop just because it was him that got. Even after DT, right, the president, even after him having his injury to the little tip of his ear, the little boo boo he had, right, nothing changed. Yeah. Even after having multiple presidents go through some type of, they got clipped because of nothing changed. Nothing changed. Now, because of him, it's going up, though. It's going up.
Yeah, and I would have to, we talk about this, but I would have to really look him up. I mean, I knew who he was, but somebody on Instagram was like, bro, he was like Nipsey Hussle to them people. So I don't necessarily know all of what he believed in, but I'm just like, this man was probably really being groomed to be the next president. I mean, you never know because and it just goes to show you too at how different our algorithms are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's people who only see Charlie Kirk on their timelines and only believe what, like, if they were to see my timeline with Jasmine Crockett, you know what I'm saying, and Roland Martin and all of these like hyper democratic people who are very well versed in black culture,
Mm-hmm.
they would be like, bro, what is, they would not know what this was. Just like
Right.
I wouldn't know what was going on either if it was something being shown to me. And I think this brings up a bigger conversation as well. Is, I think I might have told you, like, Trump has been seen with a lot of the CEOs from different corporations. So like he's been seen with the guy who Apple, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, the
Right.
CEO of Microsoft, and the CEO of Nvidia. These are the biggest tech companies in the world. And you know, you a black woman in tech. I don't even think we said that, but like you are you're well versed in the tech community.
Yeah.
So I just want, this is gonna be the last segment of the night. I just want to know how you feel about Trump, for one, saying that TikTok is going to be ran by the United States of America, meaning that, you know, there's going to be 7 people on the board, I guess, filtering what is being said and what's not being said, or what's being approved to post and what's not being approved to post, while moving very silently
Mm-hmm.
with the CEOs of all of these tech companies. How does that, what does that feel like to you, or how do you feel about that?
It feels dangerous. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels very dangerous because of the fact that I know so much about tech, and it's not to say that I know it all, but I know enough that this is the most tech that I have. I have a computer. My wife has a computer. We have an iPad. That's it.
Yeah.
We keep it very. We try to keep the tech away because of the fact that now it's really funneling the whole idea of they want you to only see what's going on in America. Think about it. This has happened before historically, right? When Jamaica and another country, when one of the islands, right, when they went on their revolt, rebellion, everything else, guess who didn't get the news? America.
Oh, wow.
We did not know that they were revolting, that they were rising up, that they were standing up. We didn't know that. So the fact that we didn't know that, and every time we tried, it was a backlash, and it was more of us saying, "Oh yeah, we need to get out," da, 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 but nobody's actually doing anything, right? So I now know that this is a game. This is a game, and they are playing chess. They are playing chess.
Yep.
However, they're not playing right because we matter so much here, and they don't seem to realize that. And sometimes we don't even see it, right? I feel like we don't realize how much we mean to this economy. So
Yeah.
this is dangerous because they're censoring, and everybody's addicted to technology. There is no other way to put it. No, oh yeah, people like that. No, everybody now in America, even down to the toddlers, is addicted to technology to an extent that subconsciously they pick up their phones, don't even realize they're sitting there scrolling, doing all these things. That means you're in that constant loophole to only see what's going on in America. That triggers fear, stress, anxiety, depression. With that being triggered, now you're living in a constant state of survival. Constant state of survival. Everything you do is going to be fighting tooth and nail. Now you're fighting against your own people tooth and nail because you need the money, you need the food, you need the food stamps, you need the this, you need the that, and you can't get it off rip because, well, this is still America. It very much so is still America. This is only becoming more and more dangerous because we're also leaning. I'm seeing people having conversations with ChatGPT about personal life. You're having conversations with like, and it's not to discourage, but it's also like, come on now, this is how they get into. I'm sorry. This is how they get into our minds and figure out how we operate, so to further crush us. Whew. Dial it back. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Because at the end of the day, when we get so hooked into it and we sitting here like this, everything else is going on in the world around us. Everything else.
It's digital crack. It's digital cocaine.
And it tastes so good. I know it do.
So good. That's what I'm like, bro. When you start saying dial it back, I was like, wait a minute now. It's getting a little too personal. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's why you tap in, you log in for a short amount of time, but detox from it. Take a minute. Take a step back.
Yeah.
Take 20 minutes, go do some push-ups or something. Like, I promise you, because at the end of the day, them censoring the internet the way that they have is only going to get worse. And soon it's not going to be just you can't say anything. It's going to be to a point if you so much as disagree. And there's a war on women if nobody knows. It is. It's here. It's been here. And it's only
war on women.
There's a war on women. There always has been a war on women, but it's getting worse now. And with this war on women comes censorship, because guess who's doing the most running their lips? We just had a black woman try to run for president. Guess who's doing the most? We not sitting down, so guess what? Now they got to turn up, pump up the volume, crank up the crack, and all the other things so that we can shut up, sit down, and give them what they want. To some extent, we are, but in another sense, we're getting ourselves together. We're getting ourselves together.
Yeah, you turning into Malcolm X on them real quick. I said, wait a minute, I'm ready to have to get my moon power on this bitch for real, because you talking that shit, man.
I don't know about you, but I never followed Martin. I never followed Martin. I'm gonna say
Wait
that.
a minute.
Followed Martin.
Wait a minute. Why you ain't follow Martin? Because I got my thoughts on this shit too. Why you ain't follow Martin? Why you like you? So okay. You when you say you don't follow Martin, did you follow Malcolm or did you not follow none of them? So you more so like, let's get up out of this joint and go back to Africa or Islam and do your own shit. That's how you feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I say that because of the fact that Martin, I get it. Martin had a dream, right? In 2025, as we can see, that dream hurt more than it helps.
Yeah, I speak about that a lot too. Before we get there, before we go to that, I told you something earlier about Charlie Kirk and George Floyd, right?
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got way off. Hold up.
Did you know, which I know you know now because we talked about it. Yeah. Charlie Kirk and George Floyd have the same birthday. Okay?
And that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So it's like the universe is like, we didn't know how it was finna come back around, but I'm just here to tell you, like, that's different. And I believe in numerology and I believe in numbers and things repeating themselves and nothing is done on accident. And I believe in all of that. And that's why I said, like, I want to start this segment of my platform because this is my shit. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Can't nobody take me off of no network. Because at the end of the day, and if somebody try to shoot me, it's finna be blocked every single time because I'm a child of God. Like, if God ready for me to go,
against that child prosper.
Exactly. So when I'm saying shit like Charlie Kirk and George Floyd had the same birthday, I'm really speaking facts, but I'm going to just sit here and say, like, at the end of the day, in the loop of the world of how things come back around, I would not let, just like I felt so strongly about how George Floyd passed away, and Candace Owens over there too. Somebody called me today. How you feel about Candace Owens, man? Go ahead with that bullshit. Like, listen, bro, I can't talk about her right now because it's gonna piss me off. Because I don't like the way that she tried to bring up George Floyd's track record when these niggas literally had his foot on his neck, like obstructing his trach, and he couldn't breathe. Ain't nobody y'all didn't give a fuck about his mama and his family when he died. So now it's coming back around, and y'all trying to make Charlie Kirk this martyr. It's like, for one, I didn't know who he was, just like I didn't know who George Floyd was.
Right.
I have no idea. I don't think anything should have happened to either one of them. I'm just saying, pay attention to how shit be repeated.
Right.
Don't do so. Like, y'all upset that the black community not really, saying too much about Charlie Kirk. Y'all ain't really. They upset. This shit don't happen on HBCU campuses though. That's all I'm gonna say. This shit has never happened on the HBCU campus.
And that's facts. And that's facts. And with Charlie Kirk and George Floyd having the same birthday, I just had to go look it up because I wanted to know. But
You want to make sure, yeah, fact check.
the fact that not only that, but they're 20 years apart. This
Woo!
kid who barely got life experience and yapping
Yeah,
about stuff
yeah,
he don't know about.
yeah,
Yapping over a man who, in comparison to a man who, that's oranges and apples. It's oranges and apples. It
yeah.
don't, and the worst part is that not only was it martyr like, but also I would just be real. It gives. I'm not gonna say that. I can't say that. How can I put this? Him. I know I can't say that. I'm gonna text you though. I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah,
But
take it to me.
it happening is like and being glorified is almost like a case that we saw on Netflix. I'm gonna say it
Hmm.
like that. It's almost
Okay.
like a case that we saw on Netflix that want flowers and cookies too, all for the things. Say it. You want flowers and cookies. I don't. I hope you can catch my drift, but because I don't know
Oh,
how to put it.
I'm confused as a motherfucker. What you talking about?
The case, dang, I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it because it sounds a little chaotic, but
It's gonna sound okay. We can talk about it offline.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to say that online. I don't. It sounds chaotic, but because
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of the censorship, but it does. Like I said, the censorship does feel dangerous. It feels terrible. It feels
yeah,
like you have to look over your shoulder. You have to watch what you say, how you move, everything. And
yeah,
I know a lot of people are probably like, "Oh, ain't nobody gonna stop me in what I say." But you got to understand that that follows you. Once you have a digital footprint, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. You
yep.
can't deactivate the page and magically your words are no longer available. No, they're still there.
It's
They're
out.
still
Yeah.
there. Being in the tech world, I know I can find it, even though you think
Yeah.
you logged off. It's possible.